Listen up, man. Let's get right into it. You read the title. Religion is warping your perspective of what spirituality really is. Yes, sir. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Listen up, my guy. Modern day and mainstream religion, aka the Abrahamic traditions of Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, are warping your perspective of what the spiritual path is really all about. And you might be wondering, okay, man, what the fuck does that even mean, bro? I thought religion brings me closer to the spiritual path. Now you're telling me it's pulling me away from that? Well, make that make sense. Relax. Relax. Relax, my guy. I'm gonna need you to just take a deep breath. Come on, do it with me. Get yourself grounded because it's time for your boy to break this bitch down real quick like a brick for y'all. So first things first, what you must come to understand along this journey that we call life, what you must come to understand along the spiritual path is that you cannot become more or less spiritual. Let that marinate into your motherfucking mind. Let that sink into your psyche, my guy. You cannot become more or less spiritual. You see, in the New Age spiritual circles, as well as religious circles, we are told and sold this lie that if we follow these specific rules, that if we follow these specific codes, that if we follow these specific conducts, that we will become more spiritual. I'm here to tell you right now, that's fugazi. That's a facade. That is false. That is fake. You cannot become more spiritual, and you cannot become less spiritual by doing this act, by doing this behavior. You can become less aware of your spiritual nature, yes, 100%, and you can become more aware of your spiritual nature due to specific practices, codes, conducts, and all that stuff. But to sit there and think that you're going to become more spiritual by following Christ, by following the Quran, by following the Torah, whatever you want to follow, is an absolute fucking delusion. Because you are already as spiritual as you can be. The soul doesn't grow like the body. The soul does not grow like the brain. The soul is immutable. The soul is imperishable. The soul is eternal. You, me, and everybody that you see right here, right now, in the modern day world that we're living in, are simply just disconnected from that spiritual awareness. Our consciousness is stuck rooted in the lower planes, in the lower chakras, in the lower pursuits that only feed the body and only stimulate the brain. We all are programmed to pursue survival, sex, and status. And these religious institutions know that. But what they will do is not tell you the truth like I just said right there. They'll tell you that this stuff is inherently evil. And I'm not saying they say everything about survival, sex, and status is evil, but they tell you to deny the flesh, deny the flesh, deny the flesh, because if you become worldly, if you keep following these desires, you're going to become demonic. You're going to become bad. You're going to become evil, and you're inevitably going to go to hell. You see, the Abrahamic traditions have warped our perspective of spirituality so much to the point that we believe that there is a devil. We believe that there is duality. We believe that there is good and bad. You see, the knowledge of good and evil in the Garden of Eden that God told Adam and Eve not to eat is actually the realization of knowledge, which is all about understanding that you are beyond good and evil. Let that marinate into your motherfucking mind. Let that sink into your psyche. What does that mean? What am I talking about? That you get the knowledge of the fact that you are beyond good and evil. You see, duality, good and bad, black and white, night and day, is the way that these institutions, that these religions cause fear, cause guilt, cause shame, that keeps you stuck in your lower states of consciousness making you believe that you are a sinner, making you believe that you are inherently bad from the moment you were born. Right when you came out of your mom's womb, you're a motherfucking demon, bro. And you need a savior. You need this religion. You need this institution. You need this Messiah to come save you. And they make you perceive everything about this figure, all good, light, love, happiness, as the pinnacle of spirituality. You see, spirituality is not about being a good person. Because your perspective on good is a fucking delusion. You must learn that you can go beyond good and evil. You can go beyond these constructs. You can go beyond the conditioning. And that's what true spirituality does. It gives you power. It's not just all about peace. It's about motherfucking power. You pick up what the fuck I'm putting down? Come on now, bro. What do I mean by it's all about power? When you are living life in this dualistic manner that these religions condition into your consciousness, you're walking on eggshells all the fucking time, bro. Oh man, I'm sinning if I do this. Oh man, I'm off my deen if I do that. Oh man, I'm not following the Torah or not following the Ten Commandments if I do that. Sometimes you gotta break rules to follow your destiny, though. And one of the greatest examples of this is the Dharmic text called the Bhagavad Gita. And when I say Dharmic text, I'm talking about the Eastern wisdom, the Eastern flame. That is the true spiritual path. And I'm not trying to sound dogmatic because following Hinduism and all that stuff, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the essence of their philosophies, which is non-dual. So in the Bhagavad Gita, if you guys have not read that book, if you guys have not read that text, this story takes place on a battlefield. Where imagine there's this prince who is the best warrior in the land. And he's having basically a mental fucking breakdown right before the battle's about to start. So what's going on in the battle that he's going through a mental breakdown? You're probably thinking, this motherfucker's the best warrior out there. What is he worried about? Well, he's about to fight his cousins. He's about to fight his teachers, his uncles, his motherfucking bloodline family. And he is stuck, paralyzed, in fear, in shame, in guilt, because he's stuck in the conditioning of good and evil. If I were to tell you right now, you got to go fight against your cousins, you'd be like, fuck no, hell no. I ain't doing that shit. That's evil, that's bad. But it was his duty, it was his dharma, it was his destiny to defend his side of the battle. For him, if he abandoned that, that is a sin. That is going against his nature, and that will bring him negative karma. You see how the perspective is so different than what you see in the Abrahamic traditions. You must follow your destiny. You must follow your dharma, and you must bend the rules of reality. Break the rules of reality to whatever degree in order to pursue your dharma, because that gives you the most power. And I'm not saying for you to go out there and kill your fucking family now. That's not the point of this story. The point of this story is this man was stuck in a state of fear, and he had a guide, a guru along with him. And his guide and guru was the deity, Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead within the tradition of Sanatana Dharma. This figure, Krishna, sat him down. The whole Bhagavad Gita is basically him spitting that game for this motherfucker's brain. So he ain't out here looking like a lame, you dig what I'm saying. He dropped all this sauce, all this knowledge onto his dome about the nature of reality. And one of the biggest things that I took away from it is this perspective of going beyond good and evil. Most people would just abandon that duty because they have been told and sold lies that this is good and this is bad. This is evil and this is righteous. This is holy and this is not holy. So he would have fell into that trap. And if he fell into that trap, he would be going against his own nature. He would be going against his own essence. It's like taking a fish out of water. It don't matter if, it's like telling a fish that going into water is evil. That's what the fuck it needs to do. That's what the fuck a warrior needs to do. Go out there and fight. But to pull somebody out of that by telling them that this is evil from the moment that they were born, that's warping what spirituality is all about. And this is why a lot of people, when they get on the spiritual path, whether it's the new age bullshit or the religious conditioning, they lose essence to their true nature. If you're somebody that is naturally aggressive, that's naturally vigorous, that's naturally vital, like a warrior, you are softened and you are basically molded into a cog that fits into their machine. The new age shit, same thing. Everybody's peace, love, light, happiness pacified. The true dharmic traditions teach man to pursue their destiny. Whether that's becoming a warrior, whether that's becoming a priest, whether that's becoming an innovator, an entrepreneur, whether that's becoming just a regular common worker. There is no right or wrong way to live life, but you are told this fucking lie that you must live like Christ, that you must live like what the Quran said, you must live like what the Torah said. You must live to your true nature, because that is the only way you'll succeed in life. That's the only way that you'll access power. Are you picking up what the fuck I'm putting down? And look, this is why I cuss. I am the most powerful when I curse, when I use these words. And let me just break that down. A lot of you motherfuckers comment on this channel in specific, not the main channel really. I'm more tamed over there. This channel, the Philosopher Files, I've told y'all motherfuckers. And if it's your first time, welcome. Welcome to the fucking rodeo. I keep it raw. I'm raw dogging all of these videos, man. Pause. Just straight up speaking off the dome. And this is my nature coming out in its fullest effect. That's why for the people that naturally resonate with my message, they look past the words. They don't think that I'm degrading them when I'm using motherfucker this, and that. This is my raw essence. And this is when I talk with the most power. And some of y'all know this. When I'm spitting this game, it punches through the screen. And it's not just me doing it, it's me aligning myself to my natural essence. It's like putting a shark in the water. He's the most powerful. You put that shark in land, you could spin around circles, bonk its head, do whatever you want. But I guarantee you, you ain't doing shit to a shark when it's in the water, because now it's in its element. I'm in my element right now. I'm in the field, I'm in the flesh. I'm saying, motherfucker, you dig what I'm saying? Your view of spirituality, some of y'all, maybe not you that's watching this right now, some of y'all, when you hear this guy cannot be spiritual. No way he can be spiritual. He's becoming less spiritual, actually, every time he cusses. I've seen people comment, your semen retention celibacy streak means nothing because you cussed. You're a sinner. You need Jesus. You need this. You need that. Get the fuck up out of here, bro. I'm talking to the savages. I'm talking about to the real spiritual aspirants who are willing to go beyond good and evil, crack their own consciousness and free it from this conditioning of what is spiritual by all these dumbasses and buffoons basically feeding you lies. There is only what's good for you and what's bad for you. What's good for me and what's bad for me is different than for you. This is why this path of spirituality is so individualized. It's like a diet. Well, if I eat this food, I might feel amazing. You eat that food, you might just shit your brains out for the next 24 hours. Explosive diarrhea. Is the food bad? Absolutely not. It just doesn't work for you. It's bad for you. It's not inherently bad. The way I'm using these words is not bad. It's not inherently bad if anyone uses that word. It's the way somebody puts their intention behind it. I'm not saying, fuck you, motherfucker, go screw yourself, kill yourself. I'm not saying that, man. I'm waking y'all up with this fire, with this flame. And if a fuck this, that comes out, then so be it. I'm not repressing my raw, authentic nature. And this is what spirituality is really all about, where you access your true nature beyond that. That is what spirituality is all about. unlocking your true nature, unlocking your true essence, so you can follow and actually realize your full potential. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. It's not about becoming a good person. It's not about going to heaven. It's not about avoiding hell. That's all duality. That's all dumbassery. I just made a word right there for you. Dumbassery is delusion. Your whole purpose on the spiritual path is to find out who you truly are beyond the brain and body, and what it is that you were brought here to do aside from just stimulating the senses. That's the first part of the path, the first part of the journey. This is what the Indian tantric traditions call Dakshinachara. This is the right-hand path of self-mastery. This is all about renunciation, not because we believe that sex is bad, that survival is bad, that status is bad. You see, you're stuck in a position right now in life where your consciousness is rooted in pursuing nothing but survival, sex, and status. You are conditioned into your animalistic states of consciousness. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. There's a time and place to actually integrate and embody this. But if it becomes your God, if it becomes your only mode of existence, you're basically living life as an animal. But you have came here on the human realm for a higher purpose. So you're basically cucking your potential. That's why we disengage from the pursuits of survival, sex, and status. Not because we all have to become monks. Not because we all think this is evil. Not because that this book told us to do so. We are doing it to take back the power that is being siphoned away, the prana that is being siphoned away from these different types of pursuits. Because if you allow yourself to essentially become a slave to your senses, you're going to be stuck in this state where all you are doing and all you are living about is to simply just stimulate the senses. But all that dopamine that you're chasing after will never truly make you fulfilled. Let's keep it a buck here, man. No amount of cars, money, clothes, or hoes will ever truly fulfill you. And these religions will tell you that. They are true. But to say that these things are inherently evil, to say that these things are inherently bad, and they may not put it out there like that, package it in that format where it's completely out there for you, but these are absolutist traditions. And what am I saying with that? The Abrahamic traditions believe in absolute good and absolute evil. There is no gray zone. There is no area to where you can actually determine that for yourself. Everybody is sold and told this exact format of life and this exact framework of what it means to be spiritual. Nobody is actually using their own fucking brain to choose what is good and what is bad for them. It's like somebody telling you that you have to eat this diet. You have to eat this diet. This is the only diet for you. If you eat anything outside of this, it's bad. But that diet that they tell you, you are literally fucking allergic to that food. You're literally allergic to that food. But you're turning off your own brain, your own consciousness to follow the codes and conducts of whatever they condition you to think about. Sounds stupid like that, right? But you're doing that with your life if you follow the new age spiritual bullcrap and if you follow the religious propaganda. You are not using your own brain to decide what is right for you and what is wrong for you. What is right for you is the things that bring you that power. What is wrong for you are the things that diminish that power. None of these things are inherently good or bad. You know, I might eat this food, it might give me energy. You might eat the same food, it might pull away energy from you. It's all dependent on your nature. It's all dependent on what the yogic traditions call your guna. Your guna is your mode of existence. Some people have a sattvic guna. These people are more calm, more peaceful, more blissed out, up in the higher chakras naturally. That is like their home. Their higher chakras, aka the Vishuddhi chakra, these are all planes of consciousness. Your consciousness is naturally at a peaceful state. That's basically its home. That's basically its default state. It's a Vishuddhi chakra, you're intellectual, or you have the Ajna, you're very psychic, you're very spiritual. Some people are like that from the moment that they were born. Beautiful. So guess what? In the yogic traditions, they have things like a sattvic diet. We have another type of guna called rajas. This is correlated to your heart chakra and your manipura, or the solar plexus, the anahata and the manipura. This is the seat of activity. If you're somebody that's naturally energetic, naturally active, naturally fiery, like myself, I operate in the rajistic guna. There's a rajistic diet, rajistic foods. Then we have tamas. We have the inert, the dull. And when I say dull, I'm not saying that's something bad. Being dull means you're laid back, you're kicked back, you are somebody that is not as energetic as a rajistic person, but you're not as intellectual. You're down to earth, very down to earth. And guess what? You are going to be rooted in the Svadhisthana or the Muladhara chakra. You're just naturally there. That's kind of like your home. You have chill life. You're looking for pleasure. Nothing bad about that. Survival, sex, you're good to go. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's, again, a tamasic foods, tamasic diet. You follow your nature. You can't give the food a lion eats to a cow, and you can't give the food a cow eats to a lion. But if you follow this one absolute good and evil view of life, you're never gonna truly understand, better yet, understand your own motherfucking nature, and you're never gonna be truly powerful. And why is power important? You need power to actually imprint your dharma on life. What do I mean by that? You need power to pursue your destiny. The way you pursue your destiny is when you become the most powerful, and when you are the most powerful, that destiny can actually manifest. You were brought here for a specific reason, and that specific reason is correlated to your guna. If you're somebody that's more of a scholar in the sattvic planes of consciousness, that's what you're supposed to go and pursue. If you're somebody that is naturally got that fire, you're meant to be on the path of the rajistic pursuits, like being a leader, like what I'm doing right now. Of course, I don't view myself as the ultimate leader, but I'm trying to lead motherfuckers like the real spiritual savages, just like yourself, if you made it this far into the video, towards the real spiritual path. I'm trying to blaze the trail. So my dharma and my destiny is more geared towards that. The foods I eat is going to help me towards that. The books I read is going to help me towards that. There is no one right or wrong way. For the tamasic people, maybe you just want a cool little life. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody is told and sold this idea that you have to be super spiritual to go to heaven. Maybe your heaven is being a farmer, bro. Drinking beer, watching football on Sundays. Nothing wrong with that. That is your nature. That's what's going to bring you the most bliss. That's what's going to bring you the most power. And when you have the most power, when you're the most fulfilled, you can actually impact life to the best of your abilities in however way that you're meant to impact life. The way you impact life might be good in somebody's eyes, it might be bad in somebody else's. For other people that watch these videos that are not resonating with my message, they probably think I'm a demon, I'm demonic, I am basically, warping people's brains to go to hell. The Christians, the Muslims, the Jews, they probably watch this and be like, this guy must be stopped. He's going against our tradition, so we believe that he's evil. But for some of you guys that are real spiritual savages, you might be like, hey, bro, this motherfucker helped me a lot. He's opened up my eyes. He's getting me on the right path, the right hand path towards renunciation to master myself so I can realize my true nature, so I can first take back my prana, take back my power to inevitably realize my true potential, realize my true purpose. Some of y'all have benefited so much from this, but other people, their minds view it as pure evil. So who's right and who's wrong? This is what I'm telling you, man. Religion is warping your perspective of what spirituality really is. It's only when you step away from New Age circles and religious circles that you find out your true nature. Dharma, the Dharmic traditions don't tell you what's right and what's wrong. They give you tools, techniques, practices to go and explore your own consciousness, to go and find out your true nature, so then you, yes, you, can find out what's best for you. You find out what's best for you. This book ain't gonna tell you. This guru ain't gonna tell you. This teacher ain't gonna tell you. This podcast ain't gonna tell you. Nobody can tell you what's good for you and what's wrong for you. And that is the whole reason why that is happening, is because nobody knows your dharma. Nobody knows your destiny but you. I don't know your destiny. I don't know your dharma. Your mom don't know your dharma. Your dad don't know your dharma. Your priest don't know your dharma. Your pastor don't know your dharma. The rabbi don't know your dharma. The sheikh don't know your dharma. Nobody knows your motherfucking dharma but you. Get that in your mind. Because this is a type of knowledge that is literally encoded into your DNA, into your blood, into your essence, into your subtle nature. The mind, body, and soul talk to each other. And they all speak to you in the sense of what is your dharma. Better yet, the soul knows. I'll say that so it makes a little better sense. The soul, the spiritual nature knows, because your body and brain, when it's left untamed, that's a bar, write it down, is full of desires. And these desires can never be satisfied. These are bottomless pits. Your body and brain are bottomless pits. There's nothing wrong with them. It's not evil. But when they are not tamed, they cause you to stray away from what you were really brought here to do. Again, if you're just a slave to your senses and just pursuing survival, sex, and status, money, cars, clothes, and hoes, biceps, bitches, and Bugattis, you're basically living life like an animal. An animal with a motherfucking iPhone. You were brought here for something deeper, something bigger, something better. But in order for you to realize that, you must disengage from the things that are keeping you as a slave to your senses, aka the karmic compulsions that keep you in the state of consciousness, and you must ascend up the ladder, ascend up the spine, ascend up the chakras to come back into these subtle planes. These subtle planes are associated with your higher chakras, which brings you closer into contact, not with the body, but your spirit. Everybody that you see is way more rooted in their body and brain than they are with their spirit. This is just the time and day that we live in right now. This is called Kali Yuga in the yogic traditions, where consciousness naturally spawns down in the lower realms. And the world around you, society around you, will build this barricade, essentially, of keeping you in that state of consciousness. They put out pornography. They put out junk food. They put out, hookup culture. They put out mindless entertainment, because those are the things, if you put it out in front of you and you're already programmed to pursue it, because we're living in Kali Yuga, because your consciousness is in those lower planes, they can keep you stuck there. It's like keeping a lid over your consciousness, not letting yourself actually expand and ascend upwards. The whole journey of renunciation, the right-hand path, Dakshinachara, ascending yoga, everything that I speak about here on this channel is about breaking the ties, breaking those chains, that dead weight that is preventing your consciousness from ever being able to elevate. We don't do this because we view porn as evil. We don't do this because we view, sex as evil. This is evil. That is evil. TikTok is evil. Mindless entertainment is evil. We don't view it as that. We just view it as that right now it's bad for me. Pornography is bad for me right now. Junk food is bad for me right now. Mindless entertainment is bad for me right now. Why is it bad for you? Because it's siphoning away your power. And you need that power to realize your potential, realize your purpose. That's the only view and angle that we have. And some of y'all have different karmic compulsions than I do. Some of y'all have extra. Some of you guys have less. Some, it doesn't matter. You have specific ones that are about you. You carry your karmas from different lifetimes. We don't all get the same karmas. We all don't got the same dharmas. But we're all doing the same thing, which is dissolving our karmas to discover our dharma. And what do I mean by that? Imagine your consciousness is like a balloon. And that balloon is tied down by all these weights from all different angles. And that balloon is not able to rise up. It's kept in this little barricade. What you are doing with the right-hand path, with Dakshinachara, with all these practices of renunciation, is to cut off those strings that are tied to that weight. So the balloon, your consciousness, can finally rise up. And when it rises up, it gets less and less attached to the desires of the brain and body, and more connected back to the destiny of your soul, of your spirit, because your brain and body are not meant to call the shots. Your brain and body are tools meant to help you navigate this cosmic terrain that we call life to inevitably reach your destination, reach your duty, reach your dharma. There's a great quote from Osho I always bring up. He says, the mind can either be a beautiful servant or a horrible master. I like to expand that even more. The brain and body can either become beautiful servants that help uplift and serve the dharmic purpose of the soul, or they can become horrible masters that suffocate your spirit. That is what the religious institutions only tell you, that the brain and body are against you, that you're basically living in a prison, that your soul is basically yearning for hell. This is why philosophers like Friedrich Nietzsche call these traditions death cults. You're basically waiting for death to happen because you are so disillusioned from this reality, viewing it as all evil, viewing it as hell, viewing it as the devil's playground, viewing it as Satan's hellhole, that you are yearning to the day you die, for the day you die, to be able to go to heaven. The dharmic path is all about bringing heaven to earth, becoming a god, going beyond desires, going beyond duality. This is a whole different fucking game, bro. You see what I'm saying? The spiritual path ain't what they told you about. That's slavery. Religion is slavery. That ain't spirituality. That's slavery, bro. You can say all you want. Hey, man, God is so good. God is all loving. God is all this. Well, if God is so good, God is all loving, God is whatever the fuck you want to call it, why did he not make this thing a fucking paradise? Oh, well, the Garden of Eden. Well, why did he make the Garden of Eden? Why did he put that fucking tree there? Why did he, it's just a fantasy if you believe in this bullshit and you believe in the, oh man, if I follow this, I can inevitably go to heaven. Why don't you bring heaven on earth? The way you do that is by living in alignment to your dharma, and the way you do that is first discovering your dharma, and the way you do that is by, oh shit, fucking big ass squirrel or skunk or some shit. Oh, squirrel, my bad. The way you do that, the way you find your dharma, discover your dharma, is by first dissolving your karmas. That's why we fast. That's why we practice celibacy. That's why we practice semen retention. That's why we meditate. That's why we do all these things to take back your power and inevitably cut off those ties so the balloon can rise. That's a bar, write it down. Cut off those ties so the balloon can rise. Come on now, man. That's what we were looking for. That's what the whole path is all about. So you can realize your true potential. You can live a life that is aligned to your dharma. Like Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita can become that warrior, even if it means fighting his own family. You can become that entrepreneur. You can become a leader. You can become a scholar, even if it means disappointing your family, even if it means going against what the Quran says, what the Bible says, what the Torah says. Even if it means doing that, you're willing to do it. You're going to do it because you've gone beyond good and evil. You just realize what is good for you and what is bad for you. This is a concept in the yogic traditions called punya and pap. Not good karma or bad karma, but negative and positive in a manner of, does this act bring you closer to your dharma or does it bring you further away? Right now, basically, most of the things around you are pulling you away. This is why we renunciate on the right-hand path. Again, this is all this stuff that we talk about here on this channel, aka the Philosopher Files, right here in the field, in the flesh, dropping y'all that game so you guys can make these gains. You dig what the fuck I'm saying? This is everything that we talk about over on the main channel. Matter of fact, bro, if you don't know about the main channel yet, I kind of mentioned it in the beginning of this video, but if you don't know about the main channel yet, you're missing out, bro. You are missing out. Because like I said, bro, this is the second channel. Some of y'all may not even know that. The Philosopher Files is my second channel. This is all of the raw, unfiltered, unedited content where I'm just straight up speaking off the dome. If you enjoy this, the podcast vibes right here in the field, in the flesh, talking one-on-one, mano-y-mano, like we on FaceTime, like we on a call together. This is all the type of content that we cook up over here on this channel. If you enjoy that, stay tuned with this. But if you want to see another side of the coin, where we're still talking about these same topics, we're still chopping it up about these same concepts, but from a different angle, we're still uncovering this esoteric science of self-mastery, but from a new perspective, definitely tap into the main channel, bro. Because like I said, every time you tune into a video on here, it's like we on FaceTime, bro. It's like a podcast. But over on the main channel, every time you tune into a piece of content over there, I'm telling you, bro, you're going to have a movie-like experience, a cinematic experience. Because over there, we got our nice scripted content. We got our nice high-quality edits. We got the documentary styles. We got the guests with the podcast. We got the spiritual tech summaries. We got all that good stuff, but we're still uncovering this esoteric science of self-mastery, my boy. So maybe you enjoy the main channel more than this. Maybe you enjoy this channel more than the main channel. Maybe you will enjoy both the same degree and you get the best of both worlds. But if you have not tapped into the main channel yet, check out the link posted in the description box down below. Click that link. You'll be forwarded to the main channel, The Philosopher. Subscribe. Get up on some motherfucking games. You ain't out here looking like a lame. You dig what I'm saying. And underneath the link to my main channel, within the description box, you'll find a link to my Instagram. Because if you ever want to talk about these different types of topics, chop it up by these different types of concepts, shoot your boy a message on Instagram. Connect with me over there, man. Literally, shoot your boy a DM. Slide in the DMs. Pause. I don't roll like that, but you dig what I'm saying. Don't be shy. Shoot your message. I'll be there to respond, and we can talk about these different types of things as well, bro. So again, you can get up on all that good stuff in the Instagram, as well as the main channel within the description box down below. But like I was saying, all the stuff that we talk about here on this channel, on the main channel, The Philosopher, make sure you go run it up. All the stuff that we talk about over on the private Patreon community. Matter of fact, we got to take a quick pause right here and right now for a quick shout out to the motherfucking private Patreon community. Look, man, most people have already clicked off this video. Most people got triggered. Most people are like, oh man, this guy's not spiritual because he cussed at me. Most people are getting their buttholes shriveled up because I'm breaking this shit down in a way that is going against their brainwashing. But if you still here, it's because you resonate with the motherfucking message. You are what I like to call a spiritual savage. You a real aspirant of this path. You a true devotee, not to some dogma, not to some doctrine, not to some idea of what is right and what is wrong, but you're a devotee to understanding your motherfucking destiny. You're someone serious about this path of self-mastery. You're someone serious about this ascent towards the spirit. And I commend you for that. But I'm gonna need you to do me a quick favor. Find the closest mirror to you right now. I don't care if it's in your bathroom. I don't care if it's in the car window of somebody else's car. Stare into that car, look at them in the mirror, make them uncomfortable, whatever you gotta do. I don't care if it's in the selfie camera of your phone. Take a good, hard look in the motherfucking mirror. Really get a nice mental picture of that man that's staring right at your eyes, staring right at your soul when you look into that mirror. Come on now, get your click-clack Kodak moment going on. Really let it marinate into your mind. Let it sink into your psyche. Because I need you, yes, you, to realize that you're doing that man that's staring right into your eyes and staring right into your soul, not me. You're doing that man a huge motherfucking disfavor by not joining up into the private Patreon community if you're someone who is a true savage on this path towards realizing your true nature. If you're enjoying the content that we cook up over here, you enjoy the content that we cook up over the main channel, man, I'm telling you, your mind is going to be motherfucking blown with the information and the content that we cooking up over on the private Patreon community. I'm talking about exclusive videos that you ain't gonna find on this channel, you ain't gonna find on the main channel, you ain't gonna find it, matter of fact, anywhere else on the internet. Because it's some real deal game, real deal sauce for your motherfucking brain to help you elevate on every single plane. You dig what I'm saying? Truly uncovering the esoteric science of self-mastery to a level that you've never seen, my boy. So not only do you get access to a treasure trove of all these exclusive videos by joining up into the private Patreon community, but also access to all of our full guides, our in-depth occult lectures, our digital libraries, and most importantly, an invitation to the Philosopher's Circle. Yes, sir, you heard me right. The philosophers, not the philosopher. I'm talking about the Philosopher's Circle, my boy, aka our private inner circle community, where you'll be invited into our private group chat, where you'll be surrounded by a brotherhood, surrounded by a community of like-minded men who are also walking this path of self-mastery, who are also walking up this mountain side by side with you. Again, we're all dissolving karmas. We're all trying to discover our dharma, but we're doing it in different ways. We're using these techniques, using these practices to inevitably get to the same point, to get to the same summit, which is power, which is realization of our purpose, realization of our true role in life. That is what we are all aimed towards. This is the whole orientation of what the spiritual path is all about over here, man. And if you want to be held accountable, if you want to see people who want to see you elevate and inevitably want to see you liberate, I'm telling you, man, the Philosopher's Circle is the place for you, my guy. Because not only do we got a group chat, but this is also where we host our bi-weekly Mastermind live calls. Yes, sir, you heard me right. Bi-weekly Mastermind live calls where we hop in a live call with me, as well as that community of like-minded men who are also walking up this mountain of self-mastery, where we can talk about all these different types of topics, chop it up about these different types of concepts. You can get direct guidance. You can be held accountable. All that good stuff on this journey towards dissolving your karmas and inevitably discovering your dharma. So look, man, if you're someone who's truly serious about this path, there's not much more that I can say, because this is the place for you. I can 100% guarantee that. And you all know the saying, that you're the sum of the 5 people that you hang around most with. So if you're hanging around with 5 other slaves, whether they're slaves to religion, slaves to their senses, slaves to new age spiritual bullshit, you're going to be the 6th slave. You're going to be the 6th person that conditions their mind into this, what is good and what is bad. What did daddy tell me to do? What did mommy tell me to do? What did my friends tell me to do? What does my society tell me to do? What does this book tell me to do? If you want to break out of that, you don't want to be the 6th motherfucker in that, I'm telling you, bro, you better hang around with some real savages like we got over in the Philosopher's Circle. But if you need any more information about the Philosopher's Circle and the private Patreon community as a whole, check out the link posted in the pinned comment of this video, not the description box, the pinned comment. Description box, again, was where you'll find the main channel link as well as my Instagram. But just scroll in the comment section, you'll see it's the first comment that's pinned up by me. Click that link in there, you'll be forwarded to our page, and from there you can join up as a member of the Philosopher's Circle and also check out the other services I provide, such as application forms for my personalized coaching program. Because look, man, if you're truly serious about this path of actually unlocking what is your true essence, what is your true nature, what is your true purpose, and what is your true potential, then this is the coaching program for you. Because what we are going to do, you're going to be working with me directly, one-on-one, mano-y-mano, to walk up this mountain of self-mastery. We're going to dissolve, disintegrate, and detach from all those degenerate habits that are pulling your power away from you. We're going to take that back, take that power back, and learn how to propel it to the higher planes of consciousness so you can get closer to the spirit, you can go beyond desires, and inevitably reconnect back with your dharma. Because I always bring up this analogy. Your dharma is like the sun. The sun is always out. Don't matter if it's cloudy, don't matter if it's raining, don't matter if it's snowing. I woke up this morning, man, overcast out here in Cali. Am I sitting there thinking, we lost the sun? Where is the sun? I gotta go find the sun. Hell no, I'm not a dumbass. I know the sun is still there. I know the sun is still there. It's just blocked by clouds, blocked by rain, blocked by snow. That is your true self. That is your true nature. That is your true essence. That's not up there, it's up here, up in the higher planes. That's why I said the more you disengage through renunciation, the higher you go up on the ladder of consciousness, and the more closer you get to the spirit, to the subtle. That's what I'm talking about. Your dharma is up here. that knowledge of your Dharma is called gnosis. You can't find it out in the world. Just like how you can't find the sun. You can't replace the sun. You can't replace your Dharma. You got to rediscover it. You got to remember it. We're all stuck right now in a state of spiritual amnesia. We have been bred and born to believe that all we are is just a brain and body. And if we believe that all we are is just a brain and body, then we're just going to pursue the things that stimulate the senses. And if we're told that we have a soul and a spirit from the religious traditions, we are also poisoned with this idea of we're sinners. So you are pursuing survival, sex, and status, yet you're told that's a sin. So when you sin, you go run to the religions for saving. It's a fucking negative feedback loop. Produce the poison, sell the cure. Produce the poison, sell the cure. You're never gonna actually get to the root of the problem. It's like they put out this virus, they make you sick, and then they'll sell you the things that cure the symptoms, not the cure to the root. The root of all your suffering is spiritual amnesia, and the cure to that is self-mastery. Because the inevitable byproduct of self-mastery is self-realization. Realizing your Dharma, realizing your nature. You're no longer chasing the world around for dopamine. You're no longer waiting for death to happen to go to heaven. You learn what is the formula for you specifically on how to bring heaven to earth. That is the whole purpose of this path, and this is the whole purpose of this program. Again, to dissolve your karmas, to wipe away those clouds, wipe away your karmas in this sense, so we can see the sun, but in this sense, see yourself, see your true essence, see your Dharma, so we can inevitably pursue that to the fullest extent. So again, man, if you're someone who's ready to take your life to the next level, you're ready to actually dissolve those karmas and discover your Dharma through the esoteric science of self-mastery, curating a personalized approach specifically for you, shoot your boy an application and we'll see if your entry meets the qualifications and criteria for the program itself. But if you just want to book a one-time call with your boy, discuss anything that you're dealing with to help you get back on the right track, that's what we got our consultation calls for as well. Again, all this good stuff is posted in the pinned comment of this video. Just click that link, you'll be forwarded to our page, and from there you can pick and choose whether that's joining up into the Philosopher Circle, applying to the coaching program, booking a consultation call. Whatever it is, you can pick and choose which one of these services best suits you if you're someone serious about this path of self-mastery. But like I was saying, all this stuff that we talk about here on this channel, over on the main channel, over on the private Patreon community especially, and especially within my personalized coaching program, is all about you taking back the power. That's what the spiritual path is all about. Taking back the power first, and inevitably learning how to actually propel that power back into the material world. But in order for you to get that power, you must move away from the material and towards the spiritual. This is why we do practices like semen retention, celibacy, fasting, all that stuff, to get away from the material, get away from those pursuits that are leaking our prana, but we're not doing it in a way where we view it as evil. We're not doing it in a way that we view it as bad. We're doing it in a way where we are taming the self. We are taming our nature. That's what it's about. That's the journey that I speak about here. This is the dharmic path, not the dogmatic path. Because again, what's right for you, what's wrong for you is different from me. Your view of spirituality has been warped. Completely warped. Certain words you can use, certain foods you can eat, certain words you can't use, certain foods you can't eat, certain pursuits are bad, certain pursuits are good. They want to keep you in the matrix. One of the biggest matrices, if not the biggest matrix, is the Abrahamic matrix. Christianity, Islam, Judaism. I don't care if that offends anybody either. That's the truth. That's the biggest matrix out there. Putting you in between divinity, needing a middleman between you and God. You don't need shit. You just need the Dharma. And it's within you. It's not outside of you. Yes, you can read books. Yes, you can watch videos like this. Yes, you can get information. Yes, you can get guidance. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to do, what the ancient sages of the past were trying to do, is embody the role of a guru. What is a guru? A guru is not just some old, Indian sage. Gu means darkness. Ru means remover. The remover of darkness. A guru can come in the form of me. A guru can come in the form of your mom. A guru can come in the form of a book, of an experience, of nature itself. It's just removing the darkness. And what is that darkness? Those karmic clouds that is, again, deterring you and deferring you from that dharma. Because like I said, I don't know your dharma. That guru don't know your dharma. No guru knows your dharma. No teacher knows your dharma. But what are you told within this book, within the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, how to live life exactly the way that this prophet did, that this savior did, that Messiah did. They're not you. They're not you. Did Krishna tell Arjuna, you have to become a monk like me? Did Krishna tell Arjuna that you got to become this, that you got to become that? No, he told him you got to be who you are. I don't care if it's good or bad in your eyes or in the conditioning of society. Arjuna wanted to leave the battlefield to go be a monk because he thought that was good, that was peaceful, that was not causing violence. But his nature is to become a warrior. That's like taking, again, a lion, a ferocious animal, and putting it into a zoo and making it eat fucking vegetables, giving it vegan meat, Beyond Meat, whatever the fuck it's called. That conditioning is taking away power from that animal, from that being, from that creature. And that, doing that actually causes worse things to happen. It's more violent. Because imagine we took all the tigers out of the world. The ecosystem of nature falls apart. Now there's way too many horses. Now all the grass is gone. And now, we don't have enough oxygen. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. But you see what I'm saying? You take away that natural role it's meant to play, and then everything fucks apart, falls apart. When you are pulled away from your nature, society falls apart. You're here to play a specific role, play a specific key, play a specific note in this cosmic symphony of life that nobody else can play but you. Nobody. This whole life is like one big song, one big melody. You not playing your note causes it to go off beat. And now the song sounds like fucking shit because of your dumb ass. A lot of us, not just you, me too. We gotta all figure out what's that note, what's that key that nobody else can play but ourselves. That's gonna bring you the most fulfillment in life, but also allow you to play your role. A tiger, doesn't matter how much dopamine you give it, if you take it away from its natural essence of hunting, it's gonna be depressed and it's gonna be looking for dopamine, but it's never gonna be fulfilled. When you take somebody out of their natural elements, whether that's through the conditioning of society, conditioning of religion, you can be the best Christian, be the best Muslim, be the best Jew, follow the book exactly, but you'll still feel unfulfilled. And that unfulfillment is you suppressing your true nature. And inevitably, this is why a lot of people in these religious institutions are behind the scenes fucking huge degenerates. Because they'll put out this facade, this mask, that they're so holy, that they're so this, that they're so that. Because they view things as good and bad. So, again, they're naturally, maybe they want to go pursue what's bad, what's evil. And that's their nature. And there's nothing wrong with that. But they've been conditioned to believing that they can't. So, all that suppression happens, but you can't suppress your true nature for too long. Now it becomes a shadow, and now the shadow comes out at night, comes out in the dark, comes out in a demonic way. And when I mean demonic, that's when you have no control over it. Whether you become a porn addict, whether you become a sex addict behind the scenes, whether you become a serial killer. I don't know, man. A lot of fucked up shit that happens. But the people that embrace their nature, embrace their essence, they embody everything about themselves and they don't hide anything. There's no need to hide because there is no good and evil that they should hide it from. They're just, walking around naked, having their shit swaying. You mad about this? You mad about it, bitch? Be mad about it. I ain't mad about it. You see what I'm saying? You picking up what the fuck I'm putting down? That's the big ball behavior that you generate when you actually walk the real spiritual path. That's why I'm saying this is for savages. This ain't for the faint of heart. This ain't for the fucking fairy tale motherfuckers. This is for the real deal savages who want fulfillment and want power. Not in a sense of power being egotistical, but power being the fact that they want to generate and embody their true nature. They want to play their role properly. They want to know their role, but you have to know it first through the journey of self-mastery. That's how you get to that knowledge. That's how you get to that gnosis. I can't tell you it. Nobody can tell you it. Nobody. But you can find it. Only you can find it. You just forgot it. It's still there. You forgot it. Those clouds are just covering it up. Once those clouds disperse, you know it. You know it. So again, I speak in this manner of, I don't know your dharma. What I do know for damn sure is how to dissolve your karmas. And again, everything that I say, if you resonate with this message, realize that it's not from me. I am not the message. I am just a messenger. The ancient sages of the past have laid down the blueprint of how mankind can break free from duality. The ancient sages before the Abrahamic, buffoons and crazy motherfuckers. These are the type of people that kill, genocide other countries for not following their faith. Whacked out crazy motherfuckers. But in Sanatana Dharma, the Dharmic traditions, there are as many paths to God. There are as many paths to Dharma as there are souls on earth. Let me say that again. There are as many paths to the divine as there are souls on earth. Within the Eastern traditions, within the teachings of the sages, everything that I talk about, the sages have already broke down. My job and my Dharma, my destiny for the time being, is to help revive this knowledge. Bring it back into the forefront, because it is missing in the modern day world. And the modern day man is living in misalignment to their Dharma because they have no knowledge of this stuff. The mainstream religions that are dominating this scene are completely degenerating your true nature. They are completely dissolving you into this state of duality, where one is good, one is bad. That this is black and this is white. They completely deter you from finding out your true dharmic nature. What is right for you and what is wrong for you. What brings you to your purpose and what pulls you away from it. This is why I'm so devoted to bringing this knowledge back to the forefront. I'm just trying to break it down like a motherfucking brick for y'all so the modern day man can apply it in a practical sense into his life. Everything that I'm saying has already been said and done. Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 9, there is nothing new under the sun. Come on, man, that's a bar, write it down. So if you fucking with the message, just remember, it ain't about the messenger. It's about the sages, the wisdom, the dharma that have been laid down by the true ascended masters from time on how we can approach the spiritual path the right way, not the religious, fucked up, degenerate way. You see what I'm saying? You resonate with the message, not the messenger. Because look, man, maybe me as a messenger, as a conduit, is the only way, the way I break it down is the only way that clicks for you. That's beautiful. That's awesome. And that makes me feel like I'm doing that purpose. Because some people cannot listen to me. Because when I'm in my true element, when I'm in my true nature, I'm just not resonating on their frequency. But if you're still here, you resonate with my delivery and most importantly, the message. And I always say this to people that watch this channel in specific, the second channel, aka the Philosopher Files right here in the field, in the flesh, dropping y'all that game so you guys can make these gains. You dig what the fuck I'm saying? Just straight up speaking off the dome, no cuts, no edits, all that good stuff. You guys are in the 1% of the population that is not suffering from brain rot. Most people cannot listen to a video for this long, and most people on top of that, the density of what we talk about over here is going right over their heads. But you, yes, you motherfucker, you still here. Why? Because you're a real spiritual savage and you resonate with the message. I don't know how, I don't know why, but you have been blessed within this incarnation for you to be put in a position where you can finally taste spiritual liberation. You can finally do it. I don't know how. Maybe again, your karmas in your past lives have been dissolved and put you in a good spot right here, right now. But you can't waste this incarnation on further spiritual degeneration. Even if you think you're becoming more spiritual by following this path, following this philosophy, following this religion, following the New Age facade, you cannot waste it on doing that. You must find your dharmic path and your journey to illumination. And this requires you to, again, break free from all the molds, all the dogmas, all the doctrines. Go against the grain of your family, your friends, your society, the culture, the collective. You must become your own God. And when I say that, I'm not saying that you become the creator of the world. You must become the dictator of your own decisions and base it off your destiny, your dharma, rather than what a fucking book told you. You can't waste another incarnation on that spiritual degeneration. You must actively pursue illumination. And it's not going to be found in a book. It must be found within the self. And right now, your journey is all about dissolving karmas to discover your dharma. You know what you must do. You know you must blaze your own trail. You must burn all the BS of the past to become your true nature. This is the price you must pay in order to realize your full potential. Some people aren't about it. But if you made it this far into the video, look, man, we just yapped out here for like an hour straight. I'm pretty sure you resonate with the message, and I'm pretty sure you're ready to make that leap. Because if you didn't, if you're not, you just wasted fucking an hour of your life that you're never gonna get back again. I know I'm entertaining, and I know I look good, but you did not just sit out here, watch me yap for that fucking long because you just want to be entertained. Come on now, bro. You resonate with the message, and I'm telling you this because most people will never be put in this position in this incarnation. You have a blessing, you have a gift from your past lives. Don't discredit, don't disappoint your bloodline. Don't disappoint your past incarnations. Discover that dharma. Live in alignment to that. That's going to bring you the most bliss. That's going to give you that divine nectar. But most importantly, is going to give you the most power. That's what the spiritual path is all about. Don't let religion warp your perspective of this path. Do not. Or you're going to remain stuck as a slave, like most other people. Waiting for a savior, waiting for a messiah, hoping that this book gives them the ticket, the golden ticket to go to heaven. Why not bring heaven on earth right here, right now? Why not do it? It's right there for you. You must climb up the ladder of consciousness to figure out what it is, what's the blueprint of what your heaven looks like, and inevitably, after you have the blueprint, start building it through the left-hand path. But that's another video for another day. Funny enough, we got tons more information about the right-hand path, left-hand path, all this good stuff, Beyond Good and Evil, over on the private Patreon community. Again, link posted in the pinned comment of this video, coaching program, the Patreon, as well as consultations if you're ready to take it to the next level. There's nothing more to say. Religion has warped your perspective of reality, warped your perspective of the spiritual path, but now you got the sauce, you got the knowledge to flip it on its head and follow your dharma and your destiny. It's been your boy out here in the field, in the flesh, dropping you all that games. You guys can make these gains, and I'm out of here. Peace.